This is Lee with myexpatcoach.com, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about what you can do when the breakup isn't clean. Take a second and click the subscribe button below so that you can be notified when I have more content that's helpful to your situation. And it's not just breakups, that's attraction and relationship dynamics also. So click the subscribe button, should be below, and you can be subscribed to my channel. A lot of my coaching calls are where people come to me and say, I don't understand what's going on. It's like, in some ways we're broken up, but in some ways we're not. This person was in an exclusive relationship with them, and then they wanted to break up, but then they kind of came back, and they're not really sure where the battle lines are drawn, or what the terms are, or what the titles are. And a lot of times it's where it seems that this other person who broke up with you at one point has come back, but then they will pull away, and then come back again and pull away. And it's this frustrating cycle, this frustrating back and forth. And so a lot of people want to know, what can I do about this? And can I get this person back to where we are exclusive, to where we have the title of boyfriend or girlfriend again, together? And there are some things you can do to help. Just like everything else, they're people, they're not math problems. And so you just have to do the best you can with what gives you the best chance of working and getting what you want. So the first thing that I would tell you to do with a messy breakup, with an unclean breakup, to where you don't know if you're broken up, you don't know if you're together, you're just in this limbo land kind of place, is focus on the moment. Don't focus on the future. Are we headed toward being exclusive again? Are we headed toward being boyfriend and girlfriend again? Are we headed toward being married again, or at least not separated but living in the same house again? Don't focus on those things at the moment. Instead, focus on being together with this person. Focus on reattracting them, on having a good time and helping them to have a good time, to whatever role in that you play. And of course, that's mostly just being yourself, being a good conversationalist, being open to going to new places or trying new things and sharing things about yourself, being open and transparent to whatever degree it is that you feel comfortable. And I would suggest that you try to do as much of that as you can, because intimacy is when you are naked in front of someone, but not just physically, it's also emotionally. And that's what emotional intimacy is, and it's very important. A successful relationship has to have emotional intimacy. It also needs physical intimacy, but you need to be open and transparent about the facts and feelings of your life in order to get that and to get there. And so in this messy, unclean breakup where we're not real sure where we stand, we're still seeing each other, we still act like a couple, you need to focus on the moment. Do not talk about the issues. Don't talk about the breakup. You want this to be positive. You want positive interaction with this person. And a lot of times couples will go through counseling. And of course, in this case, I'm talking about there's couples counseling, there's also marriage counseling. And if people go to a counselor, which I have counselors who are clients, I have psychotherapists who are clients. I think they're great. They do a great service. They recognize that I'm a strategist, and the goal of counseling is not necessarily to get a relationship back together. And they will be the first to admit that. But a lot of times couples need to do some healing before they go into those issues, before they start talking about those things again. And unfortunately, sometimes counseling can make those issues last longer. And when you're dealing with someone who's not motivated, if one person wants to leave and he or she is going to this counseling session with their partner, and all they're doing is bringing up the issues and trying to dissect them and get past them, if this person does not have enough motivation to want the relationship to work through the issues, then you're just pushing them away and making it even more difficult. It's sort of like if someone called wanting to sell me cable at my house so I could watch cable on TV. And I said, you know, I'm not really interested. And then they called me the next day and said, hey, guess what? We can lay fiber optic cable at your house so that you can watch cable on TV. It'll just cost you $5,000. And I said, well, I don't want cable. Well, sir, but how could you raise this $5,000? Or how soon could you pay? Or would you like to use a credit card for that? I'm going to say, you're crazy. I don't want cable in the first place. Why would I want to come have you lay fiber optic cable and me pay you $5,000? Now, I have nothing against cable. It's just my point is, if I don't want the product, why would I want to go through paying even more to get the product if I don't want it in the first place? I mean, it's not even a discussion that makes sense to have. And a lot of people will be backwards in the way that they approach a relationship as well. Rather than saying, you know, we need some healing, we need some peace, We need to shut up. And a lot of times I'll ask people, especially like an audience, what do you think the #1 factor is in a healthy relationship where both people want to be together and they're going to make it a long time? And everybody will shout, communication, because that's what we hear all the time. Oh, well, the problem is we're not communicating. Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of times people communicate too much. A lot of people, a lot of couples would do themselves a ton of favors if they would shut up more often. But we're taught, oh my goodness, if you think it or feel it, you've got to say it. You've got to communicate it. Not true. It's just not true. Sometimes it's okay to keep it to yourself, and you probably should. If it's going to create a negative situation and a negative feeling between the two of you or an argument, think twice, think 3 times. Those should be in the minority. Yes, you don't want to sweep those things under the rug, but at the same time, be selective. Occasionally, let's bring up something negative. Let's talk through it. But do what's best for your relationship and focus on positive interaction. Life is short. Life is difficult. Let's give each other peace as often as we can. So if you are in this breakup, this relationship where there wasn't a clean break and you're not really sure the status, focus on the moment. Focus on reattracting this person. Don't think that you can get this person back and that you can be back in that exclusive relationship that you once had by going through the issues. You are going to need a time of healing and reattraction. Healing and reattraction. You're going to be tempted to bring up the issues because you're going to think that you can reach a resolution and then the two of you will go, oh, there it is. Now we can get back together. But that's not what is going to bring you back together. It's not what brought you together in the first place. What brought you together in the first place was attraction. Plain and simple. Physical attraction, emotional attraction, and intellectual attraction. That's what brought you together. And that's what you're going to need now. So you focus on these moments together, having a good time together, being attractive for this person, and having a good time with the other person. Peace, healing, listening, all those things that we know are good to do in a relationship. That's how you can get back to where you want to be. And so don't try to push for the title. Don't try to push for the exclusivity. Instead, show this person that you can be patient. And you know, a lot of times people are acting like a couple, or they're being a couple. They're doing things that a couple would do, and they just don't have that label yet. And I've used this example before, but if I had a red crayon and there's no label on it that says red crayon, it doesn't mean that it's not a red crayon. Or if I slap a label on it that says red crayon or red, that didn't make it a red crayon. It was already a red crayon. So a lot of you are acting like a couple again, you're being a couple again, and you don't have that label yet, and that bothers you. And I understand that. But just remember, you can be a couple, you can love each other without the label. And for a time, that may be best. If you take this approach and this focus, you will likely get what you want, and the other person will be motivated to want that back because they will be reattracted to you. They will remember what they enjoyed about being with you. They'll remember what they miss. They won't even realize it until they're in that situation with you, and they'll say, oh, I have missed this and I didn't even realize it. That's the approach you should take. Now, after a good amount of time, 3 months or more, and it really just depends on your level of comfort with this and where you can see this potentially going, then that discussion could come up because that person will be motivated. And so that's what you have to keep an eye on. If it's best you can tell, he or she is being reattracted to you, they're motivated, they're reaching out a lot, you are acting like a couple, they are pursuing you, and of course, you do need to pursue them too. It's just that it cannot be lopsided where one of you is the pursuer and one of you is the prize. You need to feel like you're both the prize. If you have that and you feel like they're equal participants in this and that you have given it time to heal, that's when you can go into some of the discussion. Now, keep it light. There are other ways that I discuss in my emergency breakup kit and on coaching calls where I make some suggestions on how to work that title back in if that's what you want. It's a subtle way, but it works very well, and you can schedule a coaching call with me and we can talk about that. It's also in the emergency breakup kit that you can get at myexbackcoach.com. That's myexbackcoach.com to schedule a coaching call with me or to get the emergency breakup kit. You can also follow me on Instagram at RealCoachLee. On Instagram, That's Real Coach Lee. I'd appreciate it if you'd follow me there. There's some helpful stuff that I put out there, and it's a lot of fun, and it's encouraging and inspirational and can guide you to rescue your relationship or to get the relationship that you want. Now, keep in mind that during this time, it's good to have space and to let this other person keep coming to you. So don't get mixed up when I talk about prize and pursuer that you need to pursue. Don't start over texting. Don't start over calling. Make sure that this person is coming. And remember, it's like a tennis match. Make sure that this person is coming to you at least as much as you're coming to them. And remember, it's like a tennis match. You send a text, you wait. Don't double text. Wait for them to come back to you. And I go over this a lot in my emergency breakup kit in terms of how to deal with this person after a breakup when they start reaching out to you, and how you can keep that balance and what you can say to make sure that you're reattracting them and that you're not pushing them away again. But if you're dealing with a breakup where the lines are not clear and you don't know what's going on, that's what I would do if I were you. To schedule a coaching call with me, go to myexpatcoach.com. You can also get my emergency breakup kit at myexpatcoach.com. And the emergency breakup kit is excellent if you've been broken up with and you can't get on my schedule, or you just rather do the course instead of talking with me because the prices are different. The emergency breakup kit is less. You can get that at myexpatcoach.com or in the link in the description below. This has been Coach Lee with myexpatcoach.com. Thank you for watching.